My name is Rosanna Strickland, and on December 13th, 2024, I was involved in a head-on collision. I saw a white car coming at me, and I turned the wheel, and I said, "Please, God, don't let me die." What I remember is a gentleman yelling, "Ma'am, ma'am." And I saw a guy, and he said, "My name is JR Flatt. I'm an off-duty police officer with the Princeton Police Department."
This particular case, I was off duty. As we came around the corner there, I just noticed there was a little bit of traffic. So as I started kind of looking and processing what was going on, I could see Rosanna's car actually still rolling back into the parking lot where she collided with another car. So just knowing the area, knowing that there's not a lot of response there, kind of made the decision pretty quick to go see what I could do to help. Her car was pretty bad, so I was kind of surprised she was actually conscious. Couldn't get in the normal doors, they were still locked. So just advised her, "Hey, I'm gonna break out your window, kind of cover your face." Didn't know how much she could really process at the time. She acknowledged me at least that I was gonna break out the window, so I broke out the back passenger window, was able to unlock the door, climb in. She had a lot of facial damage that you could tell that different parts of her face had been broke.
I realized I was stuck in the car. I was jerking my leg out of the accelerator area because it was crushed in, the car was crushed in. He said in the most calm voice ever, "You may not want to do that. You might be hurting yourself further."
She was trying to get out. I knew she was going to injure herself more because the more she tried, the more she was panicking. The more she was panicking, the more she was jerking her legs and stuff. She kept trying to touch her face. I could tell she was in a lot of pain. She didn't realize that she was hurt in other places. Was able to get her, actually talk to her into where she could put her seat back so she could lean her seat back, stretch out a little bit. That was going to relieve the pressure on her legs a little bit so she could not panic as much.
I was kind of frustrated and my arms just kind of went, "Ah." And he goes, "Oh, you don't want to do that." He moved my arm over because I didn't realize this, but they were cutting me out of the car. And he kept asking me like, "Are you okay?" And so the whole time I was basically turned around this way because I didn't really know what was going on, and I was still trying to process everything, but I felt very much at peace.
So as we're talking, I noticed that there's a big hole in her shirt. She had a pretty big puncture wound there, which I just kind of asked her, "Hey, are you hurt anywhere else?" And she's like, "Just my face." I was like, "Okay, well, we're not gonna mention that you got a hole in your stomach."
I had a broken hip, a broken ankle, a broken wrist, a broken back, about 100 breaks in my face. I didn't feel any pain except for my face.
Paramedics showed up, fire department, as they got there. Spoke to them briefly, let them know who I was and where I work and stuff. And so they allowed me to stay in the car while they were trying to do life-saving measures and things to get her out of the car. She was a trooper, she stayed in there. I mean, she was getting pretty frustrated because we had her face covered up, and then she was getting frustrated because her legs were stuck.
JR said, "Is there anything else that I can do for you?" And I said, "Yes, I need you to pray because I'm really scared." And so he did. I got in the ambulance. That's the last time that I remember seeing Mr. JR.
Got through all that. It was kind of interesting because I never really knew her name, didn't know anything about her. Through a little bit of Facebook stuff, I kind of picked up who she was and then noticed that Ashley was working with her, so we kind of put that connection together.
I want to say it was her friend, made a Facebook post. And I was like, "Oh, she's finally in rehab." I said to Dad, and I was like, "Hey, like, is this the person you helped?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You see where she is now?" So then the day after I saw that post, I went to work and she was there.
She was standing there. She goes, "Is there anything else?" I said, "Yes. My son says he knows you." I said, "What is your last name?" Because her name is Ashley. And she said, "Flatt." And she goes, "My daddy was the one who helped you in the back of the car." And I am just amazed at how God put every single detail into this story.
So it was kind of interesting. I was able to go up there and meet with her at the hospital, and then meet with her again through some other events that we had. It was amazing how God connected us all together.
JR is an amazing angel that kept me calm in the midst of all that chaos. Ashley was the most loving, kind, beautiful soul that I could ever imagine taking care of me. But ultimately, because they know Jesus and I do, we were able to share all of that. And I give all glory to God.